Good morning, namaste, and welcome to another Sunday special Sunya Talk, where we study the Agamas, the ancient Indian text which had been translated from Sanskrit to Chinese by Gautama Sanghadeva during the Kushan Empire, and is now being translated from Chinese to English by the SIFT Translation Department under the guidance of Dr. Lim, and the Chinese translation team has Bhumi, Miss Vishali, Bhante Somchai, Amukta. I would like to thank them. Because of them, we are able to study the ancient Indian texts again. Also, we are translating from English to many regional languages and other international languages as well. And we are doing live Shunya Talk in Hindi as well at 8 in the morning on Saturdays and Sundays. And we have also recently started the Red Belt Introductionary course, which is at 7 a.m. on Saturdays and Sundays. So you all are welcome to join that as well. With that, I would like to welcome Dr. Rajesh with me in the studio today. Welcome, Doctor.
Thank you so much, Harman.
Thank you so much for taking out the time. Also, Dr. Lim with us online.
Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning, Doctor. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning.
Okay, so today we will be doing EA 20. Before that, we will quickly do 920 Shunya practice.
Okay.
So we'll start with the EA 20.1, Good Friends. Thus have I heard. One time, the Buddha was staying at Anath Pindida's ashrama in Jetwana of Shravasti. At that time, Buddha said to the bhikshus, "You should associate with good friends and not engage in evil actions or place faith in evil deed." Why is this? Bhikshus, when you associate with good friends, your faith will increase and your learning, generosity and wisdom will all increase. If a bhikshu associates with good friends, he will not engage in evil actions. Why is this? If one associates with bad friends, there will be no faith, virtue, learning, generosity or wisdom. Therefore, bhikshus, you should associate with good friends and not associate with bad friends. In this way, bhikshus, you should train yourself. When the bhikshus heard what the Buddha said, they followed it with joy.
Doctor, yeah.
Yeah, I think this is a very straightforward advice. No? Association is very important. So let's say in our sunya, we also tell the sunyati. Okay, so you are associating with a good sunya organization also is very important. Because why? Because a good association always reminds us back to the good practice. Because when we practice, sometimes we are up and down. This this thing. Sometimes also our mood, our energy, so it's fluctuating. But if we are having a good associate with a good community, so it always pushes us towards a good practice and good ending. Yeah.
And Doctor, the 5 factors like having faith in what we are doing, believing in what we are doing is right. Second is following the Panchashila, the virtue. that we have,
Yeah.
and continuous
Yeah.
learning like we do in the Shunya talks and by studying the Agamas, generosity where we do our duty by giving our time and effort, and then at last all that leads to getting the wisdom of life, and this is all possible with good association.
Yeah. So you see, three things, okay. So first, you receive the teaching from Buddha directly. Okay. Secondly, so we study his teaching, the Dharma. Okay. Thirdly, the most important thing is that, okay, you follow the Sangha. Sangha is associate. Sangha, the community. Yeah. It's equally important, because this Sangha give us the example. Okay, how to practice. Yeah.
And doctor, let me ask you here this question. When you are translating from Chinese to English, in Chinese the word Sangha means community, right? Here, it doesn't mean
community.
It means a general community of people, not a particular class of orange-clad robed people, right?
Sangha it comprises of four community.
Okay.
Four community. So the monk, the nun, okay,
Uh-huh.
the lay disciple and the female disciple.
Okay.
Four community, they combine together, they call it Sangha. So Sangha actually, the meaning of Sangha is the one who come together to study the Dhamma and teaching the Dhamma.
So
Okay,
all included, doctor. All included.
All included.
The bhikshu, bhikshunis, the upasaka and upasakyas. All four.
Yeah.
Okay.
All. Because sometimes people only thought that it's referred to the monk. No.
Yes.
It's more than that.
Okay, great. So we can take the next verse.
Yes.
Oh, Devarata.
May 20.2 Devadatta. Thus have I heard. One time, Buddha was staying in the Kalandaka bamboo grove near Rajagriha, together with a great assembly of 500 bhikshus. Surrounded by them, he was expounding the Dharma. At that time, Devadatta, accompanied by 500 bhikshus, passed by not far from the Tathagata. Buddha, seeing Devadatta leading his disciples from a distance, spoke this verse: "Do not associate with bad friends, nor foolishly follow their ways. Associate with good friends, the best among people. Originally, people have no evil, but by associating with bad friends, they will surely plant evil roots and remain forever in darkness." At that time, the 500 disciples of Devadatta, hearing Buddha speak this verse, went to Buddha, bowed their head at his feet, and sat to one side. After a short while, they rose from their seat and repented before Buddha, saying, "We were foolish and deluded, lacking understanding. We beseech Buddha to accept our repentance." At that time, Buddha accepted the repentance of 500 bhikshus and expounded the Dharma to them, enabling them to develop the root of faith. At that time, the 500 bhikshus in a quiet place contemplated the profound Dharma. As noble youths who had left home to practice the path with firm faith, they cultivated the supreme noble life. Then, those 500 bhikshus became arhats. They had exhausted birth and death, completed what needed to be done, established the noble life, and would no longer be subject to rebirth. They knew this as it truly was. At that time, the 500 became arhats. When the bhikshus heard what the Buddha said, they followed it with joy.
Yeah. You see, the main problem with this Devadatta, Devadatta have a lot of followers. Okay, so during the Buddha's time, the one who really split the Sangha, okay, with a few hundred people left Buddha is because of this Devadatta. Why? Because this Devadatta is always holier than thou, no? Okay, his practice always try to be more holy than what Buddha proposed. Okay, for example, he said that you need to become a vegetarian. Okay, he say you become ahimsa, you must become a vegetarian. So he proposed that you must become a vegetarian. But the problem is that he is not practicing what he preached now. He asked people to come vegetation, but behind the scene, he's having this lunch and this thing with the king, and they eat everything. Secondly, he said that, oh, you should not wear new clothes. You should not wear this thing. You should back the bed, what they call you should back the old cloth, no? Then cut into this thing. Then the studio together. You should wear that kind of this thing. Okay. Then you should not stay in asrama. Okay. You should always go to the forest. You should stay behind the tree. But he's not doing that. He associates with the king. Okay, having a good life. Okay, with the king, this thing. So that he is someone who preach something, but practice the other way. Preach one thing, practice the other way, and claim more holy than thou.
Doctor,
Okay,
you sound like telling something about the Babas, because Babas do all this.
Yeah. Oh, holier than thou. Yeah. So they dress like a peacock.
They tell the others to dress simple, but they themselves dress very grand.
Yeah. They ask people to dress, but they dress a peacock. Then they keep on talking to a donkey. Okay, then they dance like a monkey. This thing. So no, that is a problem. No, they don't practice what they preach.
But so, doctor, the problem is not now. It was from the time of the Buddha's time, because when Devdatta was also one of them.
Yeah, and Devadatta is a brother of Ananda. No.
Mm-hmm.
He's a cousin of Buddha, actually. They are very blood, very strong. And actually, beginning, he's a very, very diligent monk.
Mm-hmm.
He practiced very diligently. The problem is that he is handsome. He's like Ananda. He's handsome. He practiced very diligent. Then the king, is one king. Okay, supported him. So when the king supported him, there's a lot of support go to him. Then things started to change. They said, Buddha said that you have to be very careful with the support. So when too much support come, he destroy a person. Then he wanted to replace Buddha to rule the sangha. Okay, then all these things started to happen. Okay, but Buddha is not Buddha. Condemn him, openly, this thing. No, you should practice what you preach. You don't say something goody, something goody thing, then you also don't practice, no. This thing, yeah. He promotes simple food. He wants everybody to take simple food. But yet he is having a sumptuous lunch always with the king, Very, very, very this thing. So having a very good life, with the support of the king, yeah.
And doctor, here the verse also says, originally people have no evil. It's only because of associating with bad friends they become like that. So people are genuinely first good, but because of association, because of the guidance that these so-called Babas or people who have their self-interest, they misguide these people, they become bad.
Because we have to be very careful, Because today many people, they practice what the Devadatta.
Yeah.
So, okay, they go for strict vegetarianism.
Mm-hmm.
No. If a person wanted to become vegetarian, go ahead. We are not. I myself, so most of the time also I take vegetable. This thing. We have nothing to go. But you don't set it as a rule. You do not set it as a rule. You don't set the food as a rules. No such thing.
Mm-hmm.
Only that Buddha said that if people kill the animal for you for the food, that one you don't take the kind of food. That one he did say about that, but he never said that you have to become vegetarian.
So Dr. Panchashila should not be taken as a strict rule. It should be something that you should apply based on the wisdom that you acquire as and when necessary.
You should use a brain, You should not worship,
Yeah.
When you worship, you stop using your brain, then how? No. This. So one time, there's one school, I donated some money to the school. So they wanted to treat me lunch, Okay. So they know me, they know that I am like Japanese food, no. So they go to the Japanese restaurant. So he asked the Japanese owner to prepare vegetarian food for me, you know. Then the vegetarian. So all the sashimi, all the this thing, where got vegetarian. So luckily they what they call they call me and say no, you put any food for me I eat, you know. I'm no vegetarian, but I support vegetarian, but I don't set it a rule. So people treat me anything I eat. We eat anything people treat us. Yeah. We don't demand that. Oh, you must give me vegetarian food. No such thing.
True. And doctor, all those 500 people who bhikshus that came back to Buddha, after hearing what Buddha said, they all become arhant. So by listening also, by being a shravaka, by being a listener, one can achieve arhanthood. So even that is one of the things that we'll see here, that they knew this as it truly is. So when you look at things as it truly is, are you in the stage of being an arhant?
Yeah. Now you see, being a Shravaka, there's no issue.
Mm-hmm.
Being a Shravaka is not okay. But being a Shravaka and you claim that what you practice is complete, and you don't want to go further, then you condemn other people fake, No, that's the issue. Buddha whacked this kind of disciple because during his time also some people he practiced something, then they didn't want to go further. No, you remember last time there's one Nepali. After he practiced our reverse counting, he told, until today he only reverse counting, no other thing.
He doesn't want anything else. He's running his own. Now he's running his own school. Doctor, he's running his own school.
No. Then we condemn this kind of thing. Then no reverse counting is
then
good.
They dance.
You make the things only teaching now. So you want surgical knife to do all the operation.
Finish. Dead body.
Finish. No, cannot be now. So this is only part of the teaching now. So you don't worship
the
part
worship.
of the teaching as everything, Okay,
because then doctor, that perfect the definition of a worshipper comes in. Blind, deaf, cannot think, all those things perfectly fit.
Yeah. You see, we have 8 level in Sunya.
Yes.
The fourth level is a
Shravaka system, the first 4 belts,
We don't have. We ask them to listen to us and practice listening to us.
True.
So that is the easiest way, and that's the fastest way to expand.
Absolutely. Agree.
You do not need any text. You do not need anything. You do not need any what do you call? You do not need too many things to study. Just listen to us.
True.
They can practice. Okay. So that's Shravaka. So there's nothing wrong with Shravaka. Only when they claim that this is everything, this is complete. Okay, then that is a problem. Okay, even today, this some of this Shravaka school. Okay, they claim that whatever they practice is a pure Buddhism. Okay, is directly from Buddha. Okay, so they are the only true school. Then all other school are fake. We condemn them now. We condemn them squarely. This how can you just like the Nepali, Okay, so he promote only the reverse counting. Say this everything. They're happy. No. Even though reverse counting is from us, but if you claim that this is the only thing, and no other thing, we condemn it, that's very misleading, because if a person only do reverse counting and if they do not go further, what happened to him? He'll become a donkey,
Definitely.
He become a donkey. He lost everything. He lost all the motivation. He become quiet. Become this thing. No, he had to go further. No, he had to upgrade his consciousness. No, okay. So reverse counting to calm down your mind. Okay. But if you come a bit too extreme, you become donkey.
True.
Yeah.
Like they say, doctor. They say like the curd, you need to churn it up and down, both sides. If you only try to put it one side, no curd, you will never get the butter. If you churn it round, rest of your life also you go doing it one side. So doing one practice, no way. But doctor, here one more thing very important is it is mentioned Deep Arhans, before they became Arhan, they completed what needed to be done. Means here again
Yeah,
duty and establish the noble life. Noble life means a good,
Noble life.
well-to-do life, fulfilling distributors, and so these two things are important even in this sutra they talk about prosperity.
No. First, you must do your duty.
Yeah.
Everyone have a duty.
Yes.
Monks also have the duty of the monk. Lay people have a duty of so for us, what is our duty? Okay. So first, you must have a proper job. You must take care of the finance of your house. No, you must take care of everything. Okay, the education of your son and daughter. These things. You must fulfill all this duty. This thing. Oh, now I practice sunya. Oh, empty. Throw everything. I don't want to do everything. I cross my hand. No such thing. First, do your duty. Okay, duty. Secondly, is that you must lead a holy life.
Yeah.
What is the definition of holy life? You practice Pancasila.
True.
You see, you look this many of these Brahmana, after they listen to Buddha, okay, you know what the first thing they say? I shall not kill.
I shall not kill. Yeah.
The commit, I shall not kill. The commit ahimsa, okay. Actually, he commit the Pancasila. Not only I shall not kill.
Yeah.
Okay, I shall not steal. Okay, I shall not having illicit sex. Okay, I shall not making false claim. Okay, I shall not take alcohol. Okay, this thing. They commit now. They commit themselves. Okay, they, not just sitting there for 5 to 6 hours, keep on practicing. Then no. More than that now. So you have to you a few things. You have to observe your Pancasila. So when you observe the Pancasila, when you practice, okay, then your worry will go. No more worry. Okay, and no more fear. Then you complete your duty. Okay, you've done your duty. So when you completed your duty, okay, you're no more worry. Okay, you're no more fear. Okay, you lead a good life. Then you may become arhant.
Yeah, I think this is the clear indication how one can become an arhat.
Yeah. Now, actually, almost before arhant, completion of duty is always mentioned.
Yeah, and it is very, very clearly mentioned, Doctor, here. In the Agamas, it's very, very clearly mentioned. And now
many times.
And even in the Nikayas, we are finding many references.
The Nikaya, same thing.
Same thing.
Nikaya, Agamas, the same.
Same.
They are from Buddha. Only thing they are from two different group of scholars.
Yeah.
Agamas from the north, no? Agamas from the north. Nikaya from the south.
South, okay.
South, yeah. They are from two different group of scholars, but they are from the same source, no? So many of the teaching actually superimposed. They are the same. But of course, they are not exactly the same. Okay, but maybe 70 to 80% they are similar. Okay, but as long as from Buddha, we accept. As long as Buddha, so better both sides also we should study through. So we have more complete, a better idea.
Absolutely.
Now nowadays, many people they practice sunya, they practice meditation. Okay, so they are misled. Sometimes they become dismotivated. They don't do the job properly.
Yeah.
They don't take care of the business properly. Every day they meditate. Then the worst thing is they go for chanting. Okay, they chant for keep on chanting. Then they do nothing. They keep on chanting. Okay, now when you chant for 5 to 6 hours, how to do your duty?
True.
Like your friend, okay, who chant this Krishna for 5 to 6 hours. After the wife left him, His wife going to, and you're married to a husband every day, 5 to 6 hours sitting there chanting and doing nothing, then how?
No, I think
how to take care of the economy?
True.
How about your economy? How about the education of the son and daughter?
Yes.
Oh. Actually, you see, none of these agamas ask you to chant for long hour. Where got chanting for long hour? No, it's good for chanting. No, you read, Buddha say, listen carefully, think carefully,
Think carefully.
So the sutra said you should read carefully, analyze it carefully. Not keep on chanting until you become blown out. Then they become hypnotized. They go into the kind of trance stage or hypnotized stage, Then they call themselves, they only have great achievement. They achieve nothing. this thing. So that we don't allow long hour of chanting. No such thing,
True. So let's take the next verse, Doctor.
Yeah. Next one, yeah.
Yeah.
EA 20.3 Dharma Ruchi.
Dhamma
Thus
Ruchi.
have I heard. One time, the Buddha was staying at Anath Pindida's ashrama in Jetavana of Shravasti. At that time, the Buddha was surrounded by an immeasurable assembly expounding the Dharma. At that time, Dharmaruchi was in a quiet room, meditating alone and entering a state of deep concentration. He saw his past life as a fish in the great ocean, with a body 700 yojanas long. Rising from his meditation, in the time it takes a strong man to bend and stretch his arm, he went to the great ocean and walked on the corpse of his former body. At that time, Dharmaruchi spoke this verse: through countless eons of birth and death, the cycle of existence is beyond measure. Each seeks their own comfort, yet repeatedly suffers afflictions. Even if one sees their body and describes and desires to build a dwelling, all their limbs will decay and their form will not remain whole. The mind, freed from all formations, is forever free from attachment. It will no longer take on this form, but dwell eternally in this bliss of nirvana. At the time when the venerable Dharmaruchi had finished speaking this verse, he disappeared from that place and arrived at the Jetavana monastery in Shravasti. He went to the Buddha, and when the Buddha saw him coming, he said, "Excellent Dharmaruchi, it has been long since you came here." Dharmaruchi replied to the Buddha, "Yes, Bhagwan, it has been long since I came here." At that time, the senior monks and the other bhikshus thought, Dharmaruchi is always by the Buddha's side, yet now the Buddha says, "Excellent Dharmaruchi, it has been long since you came here." At that time, the Buddha, knowing the thoughts in the minds of the bhikshus and wishing to dispel their doubts, said to them, "It is not because Dharmaruchi has been long since he came here that I speak of this meaning. The reason is this. In the past, countless eons ago, there was a Tathagata named Dipamkara, the Arhat, the Samyak Sambuddha, Vidya Acharna Sampanna, perfect in knowledge and conduct. The Sugata, Lokavid, the knower of the world. Anuttara, the unsurpassed one. Proshya Damya Sarati, the tamer of beings. Sastra Deva Manusya Nama, the teacher of devas and humans. The Buddha, the Bhagwan. He appeared in the world and resided in the great country of Pama, together with the great assembly of 148,000 bhikshus. At that time, the fourfold assembly was beyond calculation. Kings, ministers, officials, and people of all kind came to make offerings and provide for his needs. At that time, there was a Brahmana named Yashodhara who lived near the Himalayas. He was skilled in secret mantras, astronomy, geography, and all kinds of texts. He could recite the 500 characteristics of a great man in a single verse. He served the fire gods, the sun, the moon, and the stars, and taught 500 disciples tirelessly day and night. Yashodhara had a disciple named Megha, who was handsome and rare in the world, with dark blue hair. Megha was intelligent and knowledgeable, mastering all subjects, and was always loved and respected by Yashodhara, never leaving his side. At that time, the Brahmana's practice of spells and rituals was fully accomplished. At that time, Megha thought, "I have now learned all that I should." Then he reflected, according to the text, a Brahmana who has mastered the arts should repay his teacher's kindness. I have now learned all that I should, so I should repay my teacher's kindness. However, I am poor and have nothing to offer as gift to my teacher, I should go to the kingdom to seek what I need. At that time, Megha went to his teacher and said, I have now mastered all the arts and teachings of a Brahmana. According to the text, one who has mastered the arts should repay his teacher's kindness. However, I am poor and have no gold, silver, or jewels to offer as a gift. I now wish to go to the kingdom to seek wealth to repay my teacher. At that time, Yashodhara thought, this Megha is dear to me, and I cannot bear to be separated from him. Even if I were to die, I could not part from him, let alone now when he wishes to leave me. What can I do to make him stay? At that time, Yashodhara said to Megha, Brahmana, there is still something you have not learned that a Brahmana should know. Megha then said to his teacher, please teach me, what have I not yet learned? Yashodhara then composed a 500 verse text and said to Megha, here is a text called the 500 verses. You should learn it. Megha said, please teach it to me. I wish to recite it. Okay.
So, Doctor, this is a long sutra.
Yeah, long
And-
one is long sutra. Yeah.
So let's break it down to this point where you can see how Buddha is actually Dharmaruchi is close by him, and yet because he is able to travel and look into his past, and he sees himself as a fish, and he thinks that goes back and sees his body, and when he meets he sees Dharmaruchi coming back towards him, he says nice to see you back after a long time. So that was something that we would like to know, that is it possible for somebody who practices to see what lifetimes he has actually traveled through, or this is just an analogy?
No, it's not an analogy.
Okay.
You see the past life.
Okay.
So actually, this sutra is a very famous sutra. No?
Mm-hmm.
Because during my young time, I have read this sutra also. It's a very famous sutra. You see, this why actually he is beside Buddha. Why Buddha said, hey, it has been a long time, Okay, we see again. Okay, because during the Dipankara, the Dipankara's Buddha, I think later on you will see in the sutra.
Yeah.
They did this thing. So I think the times the previous life of Buddha, okay, in order to pay respect to Dipankara, okay, so the time the root is very wet, so he put his hair on the root, he had long hair, so he asked Buddha, Dipankara, you please walk over my hair, so that your leg will not be soiled, okay. Then this Dhammaruchi, he get very angry, He say, my teacher is quite who is this Dipankara, Okay, this what they call. So he have some kind of complaint, and because of this complaint, he suffered many years at animals, animals. Okay, so even the last one is a big fish. Okay. But of course, eventually he come back and meet Buddha again. Okay, that's why Buddha said that, it has been a long time. Since Dipankara time until now, of course, it's a long time, eons, it's a few millions of years, this thing. That's why times and spaces is something that is relative, Okay, this thing. So that those people, so when they practice, they can see the past life. Okay, so that like this one, he can see the past life, trace all the way to Dipankara times. They can trace back. They can recall all the past life. Okay. So actually, he had been associated with Buddha a long time ago. Okay, he already with Buddha a long time ago. Okay, so now in this life they come back again.
Mm-hmm.
They meet again. They say, Buddha say, wow, it's been a long time. Of
True.
course, millions of years.
So let's continue, Doctor. But this is interesting one. Yeah.
No, it's interesting.
Very
One
interesting.
thing is that association would never end. One way associate this association in a past life, in a future life, we may like it again, we meet again.
So the good ones
Okay.
and the bad ones also, Doctor.
Yeah, the good and the bad one. So yes, so the good one you always meet, always meet. So we have nothing to worry about it. Yeah, yeah. Let's continue. Let's continue.
Yeah.
This one is a long sutra.
Yeah, it's a long one. Yeah.
Yeah, long one.
Bhikshus, you should know
Yeah,
that
yeah.
at that time, Yashodhara taught his disciple the 500 verses. Within a few days, Megha had mastered it fluently. Yashodhara then said to his 500 disciples, "This Megha has mastered all the arts and techniques, and there is nothing he does not know. I will now give him the name Atikaranta Vidya." The Brahmana is extremely talented, mastering astronomy, geography, and all kinds of texts. After a few more days, Atikaranta Vidya said to his teacher, "I have now mastered all the arts and techniques of a Brahmana. According to the text, one who has mastered the arts should repay his teacher's kindness. However, I am poor and have no gold, silver, or jewelry to offer as a gift. I now wish to go to the kingdom to seek wealth to repay my teacher. Please grant me permission." Yashodhara said, "You know the time is right." Atikaranta Vidya then bowed at his teacher's feet and departed. At that time, not far from the city of Pama, a large group of Brahmanas gathered in one place to perform a great sacrifice and hold philosophical debates. 84,000 Brahmanas gathered there. The foremost elder among them recited the text of the heretics, mastering astronomy, geography, and the changes of the stars. When they were about to disperse, they offered 500 taels of gold, a golden staff, a golden water pot, and 1,000 cows to their teacher and the foremost elder. At that time, Brahmana Atikaranta Vidya heard that not far from Pama, 84,000 Brahmanas had gathered in one place, and those who could surpass others in the testing skills would be given 500 taels of gold, a golden staff, a golden water pot, and 1,000 cows. Brahmana Atikaranta Vidya thought, "Why should I go from house to house begging? I should go to that assembly and compete in skills." He then went to the assembly. At that time, the many Brahmanas saw Atikaranta Vidya from afar and called out loudly, "Excellent! The host of the sacrifice has gained great merit, for Brahma himself has descended." The 84,000 Brahmanas all rose to welcome him, saying in unison, "Welcome, great Brahma." Atikaranta Vidya thought, "These Brahmanas think I am Brahma, but I am not Brahma." He then said to the Brahmanas, Stop, noble ones, do not call me Brahma. Have you not heard of the great Brahmana teacher Yashodhara, who lives north of the Himalayas and is skilled in astronomy and geography?" The Brahmanas said, "We have heard of him, but we have not seen him." Atikaranta Vidya said, "I am his disciple, named Atikaranta Vidya." He then said to the foremost elder of the assembly, "If you know any skills, demonstrate them to me." At that time, the foremost elder of the assembly recited the 3 baskets of skills to Atikaranta Vidya without omission. Atikaranta Vidya then said to the elder, "Now recite the 500 characteristics of a great man in a single verse." The elder said, "I do not understand this. What is the 500 characteristics of a great man in a single verse?" Atikaranta Vidya said, "Noble ones, listen silently as I recite the 500 characteristics of a great man in a single verse. Bhikshus, you should know that at that time Atikaranta Vidya recited the 3 baskets of skills and the 500 characteristics of a great man in a single verse." The 84,000 Brahmanas exclaimed in amazement, "How extraordinary! How remarkable! We have never heard of the 500 characteristics of a great man in a single verse. Venerable one, you should take the foremost seat." At that time, Atikaranta Vidya moved the elder from his seat and took the foremost seat himself. The elder, filled with anger, made this vow, "This person has taken my seat and replaced me. All the merit I have gained from reciting scriptures observing precepts, and practicing austerities I now dedicate to this vow. Wherever this person is born, whatever he seeks to accomplish, I will always ruin his efforts. At that time, the host of the sacrifice offered 500 taels of gold, a golden staff, a golden water pot, 1,000 cows, and a beautiful woman to the elder Atikaranta Vidya for blessings. The elder Atikaranta Vidya said to the host, I will accept the 500 taels of gold, the golden staff, and the golden water pot to offer to my teacher. As for the woman and the 1,000 cows, I return them to you. I do not indulge in desires or accumulate wealth. At that time, Atikaranta Vidya accepted the golden staff and water pot and went to the great country of Pama. Its king was named Prabhasa. At that time, the king invited Dipamkara Tathagata and the Sangha of Bhikshus to receive offerings of food and clothing. The king ordered the city, no one is allowed to sell flowers or incense. Anyone who sells them will be severely punished. I will buy them myself. There is no need for resale. He also ordered the people to sweep the streets clean, removing all dirt and filth. Canopies and banners were hung. Fragrant water was sprinkled on the ground, and music and dance performances were held beyond measures. At that time, the Brahmana Atikaranta Vidya saw this and asked the passerby, what is happening today? The streets are swept clean, the filth is removed, and countless canopies and banners are hung. Is it the king's son's wedding? The passerby replied, Brahmana, do you not know? The king of Pama has invited Dipamkara Tathagata, the Arhat, the Samyak Sambuddha, to receive offerings of food and clothing. This is why the streets are cleaned and the canopies and banners are hung. The Brahmana's secret text also says, the appearance of a Tathagata in the world is extremely rare, like the Udumbara flower which blooms only once in a long time. It is the same with the appearance of a Tathagata in the world. It is extremely rare. The Brahmana text also says, there are two people whose appearance in the world is extremely rare. Who are they? The Tathagata and the Chakravartin Raja. The appearance of these two is extremely rare. At that time, Brahmana thought, I should quickly repay the Buddha's kindness. I will offer these 500 taels of gold to Dipamkara Tathagata. Then he thought, the text says that the Tathagata does not accept gold, silver, or jewels. I will use this 500 taels of gold to buy flowers and incense to scatter over the Tathagata. At that time, the Brahmana Atikaranta Vidya entered the city to buy flowers and incense. A passerby in the city said, Brahmana, do you not know the king has ordered that anyone who sells flower or incense will be severely punished. Brahmana Atikaranta Vidya thought, I am unfortunate. I cannot obtain flowers. What should I do? He then left the city and stood outside the gate. At that time, a Brahmana woman named Sumati, who was carrying a water pot to fetch water, holding 5 flowers in her hand. Brahmana Atikaranta Vidya saw her and said, Sister, I need flowers. Please sell them to me. The Brahmana woman said, When did I become your sister? Do you know my parents? Brahmana Atikaranta Vidya thought, this woman is broad-minded and is joking. He then said, Noble woman, I will pay you for them. I am not asking for them as a gift. The Brahmana woman said, Have you not heard the king's strict orders? No one is allowed to sell flowers. Brahmana Atikaranta Vidya said, Noble woman, do not worry. The king cannot harm you. I urgently need these 5 flowers. If I get them, you will receive a high price. The Brahmana woman said, Why do you urgently need flowers? Brahmana Atikaranta Vidya replied, I have seen good land and wish to plant these flowers. The Brahmana woman said, "These flowers have been plucked from their roots and will not grow. How can you say you want to plant them?" Brahmana Atikaranta Vidya replied, "The good land I have seen today can even make dead ashes grow. How much more so these flowers?" The Brahmana woman said, "What is this good land that can make dead ashes grow?" Brahmana Atikaranta Vidya replied, "Noble woman, Dipamkara Tathagata, the Arhat, the Samyak Sambuddha, has appeared in the world." The Brahmana woman said, "What kind of being is Dipamkara Tathagata?" Brahmana Atikaranta Vidya replied, "Dipamkara Tathagata possesses such virtues, such precepts, and has accomplished all merits." The Brahmana woman said, "If one has such merits, what kind of blessings does one seek?" Brahmana replied, "I wish that in a future life I will be like Dipamkara Tathagata, the Arhant, the Samyak Sambuddha, with the same precepts and merits." The Brahmana woman said, "If you promise to be my husband in future lives, I will give you the flowers." Brahmana Atikaranta Vidya said, "My current practice is not attached to desires." The Brahmana woman said, "I do not seek to be your wife in this life, but in future lives." Brahmana Atikaranta Vidya said, "The Bodhisattva's practice is without attachment. If you become my life, it will surely ruin my mind." The Brahmana woman said, "I will never ruin your intention to give. Even if you give my body to others, I will never ruin your intentions to give." At that time, she took 500 gold coins and sold the 5 flowers. They made a vow together and then parted ways. Let's take a break here.
Yeah. So, Doctor, a short break to just summarize.
Yeah. So it's a long sutra. It's a long sutra. Okay, this actually what do you call? This how this later on. Okay, so this Brahmana become Buddha. Okay, become Buddha, and the girl become his wife. No. Began Rahula's mother. This all linked together. Okay.
So, Doctor, then I think a few only verses left. I think you'll have 4, 5. Let's finish that so that we finish this.
Yeah, we finished.
Let's continue.
Okay. Let's finish. Yeah.
Then you summarize it, Doctor, for us.
Yeah.
Okay.
At that time, Dipamkara Tathagata, the Arhant, the Samyak Sambuddha, put on his robes, took his bowl, and, surrounded by the Sangha of Bhikshus, entered the great country of Pama. Brahmana Atikaranta Vidya saw Dipamkara Tathagata from afar. His appearance was majestic, and all who saw him rejoiced. His senses were calm, and his conduct was flawless. He possesses the 32 marks and 80 characteristics of a great man. He was like clear water, free from impurities, radiating light without obstruction. He was like a jeweled mountain, towering above all others. Seeing him, Brahmana Atikaranta Vidya felt joy and took the 5 flowers to Dipamkara Tathagata. Upon arriving, he stood to one side. At that time, Brahmana Atikaranta Vidya said to Dipamkara Tathagata, "Please accept these flowers. If Bhagwan does not grant me a prediction, I will end my life here and now." Dipamkara Tathagata said, "Brahmana, these 5 flowers cannot be used to grant the prediction of Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi." Brahmana Atikaranta Vidya said, "Please Bhagwan, teach me the practice of a bodhisattva." Dipamkara Tathagata said, "The practice of a bodhisattva is without attachment." At that time, Brahmana Atikaranta Vidya spoke this verse, "I dared not give my parents to others, nor the Buddha and sages. The sun and moon that traverse the world, these two I cannot give. All else I can give with a resolute mind and no difficulty." At that time, Dipamkara Tathagata replied with this verse, "The giving you speak of is not what the Tathagata teaches. You must endure the suffering of countless eons, giving your head, body, eyes, and ear, your wife, children, kingdom, and treasures, your carriages, horses, and servants. If you can bear to give these, I will now grant you the prediction. At the time, Brahmana Atikaranta Vidya spoke this verse. Even if a mountain were ablaze, I could bear it for countless eons. It cannot destroy my resolve for the path. I beseech you to grant me the prediction now. At that time, Dipamkara Tathagata remained silent. Brahmana Atikaranta Vidya, holding the 5 flowers, knelt on his right knee, scattered the flowers over Dipamkara Tathagata and said, May this merit cause me to become like Dipamkara Tathagata, the Arhant, the Samyak Sambuddha in a future life without any difference. He then spread his hair on the muddy ground and said, If the Tathagata grants me the prediction, may he tread on my hair as he passes. Bhikshus, you should know that at that time Dipamkara Tathagata, observing the thoughts in the Brahmana Atikaranta Vidya's mind, said to him, In a future life, you will become Sakyamuni Buddha, the Tathagata, the Arhat, the Samyak Sambuddha. At that time, Brahmana Atikaranta Vidya had a fellow student named Dharmaruchi, who was near the Tathagata. He saw Dipamkara Tathagata grant Brahmana the prediction and thread on his hair. Seeing this, he said, How can this bald-headed bhikshu bear to tread on the hair of this pure Brahmana? This is not the behavior of a human. Buddha said to the bhikshus, the Brahmana Yashodhara at that time was none other than King Sudodhana. The 84,000 Brahmana who were the foremost elder at that time are now Devdatta. The Brahmana Atikaranta Vidya at that time was none other than myself. The Brahmana woman who sold the flower is now Gopika, the Buddha's former wife. The host of the sacrifice is now the Brahmana with the staff. Dharmaruchi, he spoke ill at that time, is now the same Dharmaruchi. However, Dharmaruchi spent countless eons as an animal, and in his last life he was a fish in the great ocean, 700 yojanas long. After that life, he was reborn here, associated with good friends, and always stayed close to good friends, practicing wholesome dharmas and sharpening his faculties. For this reason, I said, You have been here for a long time. Dharmaruchi also said, Yes, Bhagwan, I have been here for a long time. Therefore, bhikshus, you should always cultivate wholesome actions of body, speech, and mind. In this way, bhikshus, you should train yourself. When the bhikshus heard what the Buddha said, they followed it with joy.
Yeah, it's Doctor. Last summary on this. Good one.
Yeah, this is a long one. Actually, this sutra is very famous now. This sutra is very famous. It talks about the past history of Sakyamuni. Okay, and how he's predicted by Dipamkara. Dipamkara predicted that he will become the future Buddha, and it's not the next life, no. Many lives no, after actually millions of years. So that even after after the predictions by Dipamkara, so he become the Bodhisattva. Okay, then as the Dipamkara told you, you should be ready to sacrifice your hand, your legs, no. Okay, your eye, your this thing. Now you have to be very careful. What's it doesn't mean that you have to donate your hand, you have to donate your wife. No such thing. Okay, you see, when we born again, okay, now sometimes, okay, when you practice the holy life, okay, you have a choice, not to come back again. You're going to come back. So, but some people they practice bodhisattvaism, okay, they come back again. So when you come back again, this world is a risky world. This world is not perfect world, no? Okay. So when you do business, sometimes you can become bankrupt, no? Okay, bankrupt, then you can lose all your health, wealth, and this thing. So you may meet with accident, When accident, maybe your hand, your leg, everything will suffering this injury, this thing. So you may having this departation with your family life and all these things. So if you wanted to become a bodhisattva, okay, you are ready to face all this uncertainty. You are ready to face all these things, then you can become a bodhisattva. This what is this is the what do you call the advice of the Buddha to him. Okay, so that you wanted to become a Buddha. Okay, then you need to practice this the life of a bodhisattva. So when you want to practice the life of bodhisattva, you have to come back to this world again and again, Okay, this thing. Okay, so that this world is not complete. This world is a very risky world. Okay, sometimes you have a good life, sometimes you have a bad life. Okay, okay. So accident also may happen. So when the accident happen, injury you may suffer injury. So your leg maybe your hand, your leg may suffer injury. This a thing. Okay, so that's you may suffering breaking out of the family. Okay, this thing, okay, your family member, your wife, sons and daughter, and all these things, these are the things. So these are the risks. Now, if you are ready to face this risk, and you are not worried about this risk, then you can become a bodhisattva. It's not easy, It's not easy. Okay, so that means those who want to come back here, they have no worry, they have no fear, they are fearless, Whatever the condition is, so they don't worry. Let it, whatever need to be happen. They will accept it, Even though it's a cause injury to themselves, even though they may lose their wealth, they may lose their family, it's of no concern. So the main thing is that they will try to bring the Dhamma to the world and try to teach the Dhamma so that they can help many people to get rid of the worry, to get rid of the fear, to get rid of their this worry and fear. Okay, so when the worry and fear, okay, people they no longer suffer. So that is the meaning of bodhisattva. Yeah.
Doctor, I have a question now here. In one sentence, he says that the Brahmana Yashodhara at that time was none other than King Shuddhadana, his father. Okay, but the second line he says the 84,000 Brahmanas who were the foremost elders at that time are now one Devdatta. Means all those together, 84,000 become one Devdatta.
No, exactly.
No, because the sentence goes like this. You want to see the sentence?
Only one person, the one who robbed of his tail, what he calls, is not very happy.
So
only one person.
Maybe you check the translation, doctor, on that. See this one, the down line. The 84,000 Brahmanas who were the foremost elders at that time are now Devdatta.
Let me see.
Yeah, please. This will then correct it.
Actually, in the Chinese also mean the same thing. The 84,000, Brahmana, sitting on there is today's Devadatta.
Which is not representing to one Devdatta. There are many Devdattas like him. Devdatta, maybe 84,000 Devdattas.
It's not only one person. It's many.
So not one. So doctor, that means there is not one Devdatta. There are many 84,000 Devdatta. Even today, all Baba, Biba, these are also.
No, 84,000 you must remember.
Innumerable.
They mean a lot.
A lot.
In Indian literature, 84,000 mean countless.
Okay.
They are countless of Devadatta.
Even now.
Even now, all this Baba, Devadatta, the best Buddha,
Yeah.
I told you there's one Baba. He said that Buddha is a reincarnation of Shiva. Shiva have 100 incarnations, so Buddha is one of them. So who is Buddha? It's not even 1% of Shiva. So these are the Devadatta.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, I think doctor that summarizes today's session also, and we have finished today's Agama session.
This Agama seldom has such a long sutra.
But it is an important one, doctor.
No, this one is referred to the past history of Buddha.
Yeah.
Past history of Buddha, and this one is contain the teaching of Bodhisattva. Okay, actually, this agama is a complete teaching. Because agama also comprises the teaching of bodhisattva. Many people say that Nikaya and agamas do not have bodhisattva-ship. No. Bodhisattva is there.
Yes.
There. Okay, this thing. So that many people and this Mahayana. Some Mahayana say, oh, this agamas and Nikaya, they only go for what they call. They only go for arhat. Okay, they do not go for bodhisattva-ship. There's another idiots, no? Okay.
Among
they
the
are for arhat.
they are among the 84,000, doctor.
No. You now they are very careful. No? Whether they are both sides. No? The Mahayana or
Both sides.
Both sides. Many of them are follower Devadatta.
No, now I got my answer. 84,000, I got the answer. There are many, not one.
They go against it. They directly go against it. They say they are Buddhist. They say they are, but what they do is directly against the teaching of Buddha. And the teaching, they use the name of Buddha, they do this thing, the teaching is directly in contradict to the teaching of Buddha. Even the so-called Vipassana, in direct contradiction, to what Buddha is teaching. Direct contradiction. This thing. So you have to be very careful because you remember in one this agamas, this Marato Buddha, in the future, okay, my people will wear your robes, will become disciple, they'll destroy you from inside out.
Inside out, correct.
So this is a thing, that's why you have to be very careful. The so-called they call themselves Buddhists, okay, they call themselves the pure. The pure follower of Buddha. There's no such thing as pure follower of Buddha. Either you follow or you do not follow. There's no such thing as pure or not pure. This a thing. Then they become strict vegetarianism, very strict vegetarianism. They practice what the Devadatta is preaching. Exactly what the Bodhisattva is a thing. Then they get the old cloth. They cut it. They stood there. They wear the kind of cloth. They don't wear new clothes. This thing, okay. Then they go for asceticism. They torture themselves. This thing. Then they call it they are follower of Buddha. No. They are not. They are not. Okay. So they are one of the 84,000.
No, that is beautiful. Good.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
doctor.
Very careful. The so-called this Mahayana, the so-called this Hinayana, this ignore of them. Many of them do not follow the teaching of Buddha. Finish.
True.
Ignore them. Yeah.
Yes. So, doctor, I think.
Yeah. Open your question.
Yeah, we open quickly for questions. Online, no questions. All clear from the online here also. Any questions, Rucha? Rucha has one question, doctor. We take Rucha's question.
Please, Rucha.
So she's asking a question. How is it possible to read somebody else's mind?
Read somebody else?
It's mind. How can you read?
You cannot read people's mind.
You cannot read it.
Unless you have achieved the kind of magic power where you can read the mind. Okay, but that is very high level. So there is a 5 magic power. First, you can read people's mind. You can listen sound very far away. You can see things thousands of miles away. Okay, you can instantly travel to places 1,000 miles away. So these are the 5 magic power that you may achieve when you practice sunya. You might practice sunya. This thing. Actually, we have a lot of this kind of testimony, Okay, but we don't go up to that. Why should we read people's mind? No, for what? Yeah. If we can read our own mind, then we can't even read our own mind. Then what's the point of reading other people's mind?
True.
Yeah, our own mind is so difficult to read away. Yeah. But we are sensitive now. we have a very good sense of sixth sense. Sometimes things we can sense it very accurately.
Yeah,
That
true.
is true.
That is possible.
That is true. We can sense, many things we can sense it at once. Yeah.
Yeah. So I
Think
hope
it's
that
a-
answered your question, Rucha.
Yeah. I think I this thing.
Yeah, Doctor, one more question last. Yeah, Shashank.
Yeah.
EKOTARA AGAMA address the contemporary challenges humanity faces. So it's like suffering, then conflict or degradation of an environment.
So,
I can hear.
yeah, so the question here is from the studio, Shashank asks you is studying the EKOTARA AGAMA, how will it address the current challenges of the world when it comes about the differentiation that the world is going through, the climatic changes, the way we are destroying the world, and all those things? How is it applicable studying an EKOTARA AGAMA in today's world?
No, you see, this problem do not exist today now.
Yeah,
Even Buddha's time, this problem exists now.
yeah, true.
People destroy the environment. During Buddha time, Buddha also tell you, don't cut the tree, don't destroy the environment. Okay, the problem exists today, exists 2,000 years ago, 2,500 years ago. Okay, so the time also the Indian also fragmented, you know. What should Buddha do? So we keep on teaching, keep on teaching, keep on teaching. There's no other way, you know.
So the medicine of illness of that time and the medicine of illness of today is the same. Buddha's teaching.
Same. You look at the people of the time. Same thing. The same.
True.
And the character was very cute and funny, you know. You see this what do you call the lady? She want to marry Nanda.
Yeah,
So
very-
he prepared nicely. He prepared the perfume. He prepared the music. Woman, no, you want to marry Nanda? Like today. There's no difference.
True.
There's no difference. So that we shouldn't have a kind of pessimism that nowadays you say people are destroying the environment, the climate changes. Okay, people destroying the environment 1,000 years ago, so they also destroyed the environment. Not only today. Human
Correct.
beings keep on destroying the environment. Not only today. Okay, people are fragmented. Not only today. Even during the Buddha's time. You see the way how they quarrel. No? Okay, how they become jealous. No. Okay, how they wanted to sabotage. No different from today. What Buddha are doing? Okay, first Buddha ignore those people who the worshipper. No? He ignore the worshipper. Their brain cannot think. No, the eye cannot hear, cannot listen. Then what can you do with them? Ignore them. You know, if they want Buddha, don't ignore them. Secondly, is that okay? You roll like a lion. You know, keep on. Teaching. There's no other way, no. Keep on teaching. That's why that's why you see the preface on EKOTARA. It's saying, I like the preface, no. The Chinese scholars say, we spend all the effort, you know, to make sure that this written, you know, so that the teaching of Dhamma, you know, will not disappear from this world.
Correct.
We spend all the effort, you know, to make sure that this teaching written in this world. That's the only way, you know. We keep on teaching. Now you look at Sunya. Sunya now we have a lot of achievement, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Many people their depression has gone.
Yeah.
Many families they have they patch back, you know. That's the thing. We see a lot of good result. Okay. Maybe some people they don't want to follow. It's up to them. They follow. They not to. Even during the Buddha's time, not every people follow Buddha.
Buddha said, let them be.
Let them be. Let them be. And during Buddha's time also many opposite party. Many people also oppose him.
True.
Let it be. Let it be. Some people even throwing stone to Buddha. They even throw stone to Buddha. So take it easy now.
Yeah, true.
No. What we need to do is that you see in the past, I think in Nikaya, this thing. So people like us. People do not like us. People respect
Yes.
us. People do not respect us. Okay, they give us good food. They give us coarse food. They serve us quickly. They serve us very slowly. Leave it.
Leave
Leave
it.
it. We just accept it as it is.
I think that summarizes the.
your life. You very less worry. You know, less
True.
worry, less conflict, and we don't promote confrontation.
Yeah.
Never promote confrontation. No, our young men, no. I said don't go and confront people.
Don't
Don't
become
go in for-
activists. Better do your act, but don't become activists.
Yeah, no, don't look at it. What are activists? Go against the- Then you become the pawn, you know.
Yeah.
You become a politician.
True, true,
No.
true.
Yeah.
I think, Doctor,
So, yeah, I think today we had a good session. A long
very
one.
good. Long one, but nice one. Yes, Doctor.
Yeah,
Thank you
yeah.
so much. Yeah,
Thank
bye
you.
bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye
Yeah,
bye.
bye-bye.
Bye bye. So, Dr. Herman, good session.
Very good session.
You had a long reading session today.
Yeah.
But I think it was interesting.
Yes.
For me, I got to know that there are 84,000 Devdattas here. And that also gives us a chance that there is a chance for 84,000 Buddhas to come along.
Yeah.
Okay? Because wherever Devdatta is there, there is a Buddha. Okay? So wherever there is a fools around, there is a wise man around. So I think this gives us a good balance that we have to continue doing what we are doing.
Yes.
So thank you so
We
much
just
for
have to
reading. Yeah.
Cultivate wholesome actions of body, speech, and mind.
Yeah,
That's
body, speech, and mind wholesomely when we do through the practice of Shunya, we will be able to do that much better.
it. Yes.
Yeah. So thank you so much for
Thank you so much,
reading.
Dr.
Yeah,
for-
thank
for
you.
your time.
Yeah.
So I hope you all enjoyed today's session. And at the last, I would also like to again say that always cultivate wholesome actions of body, speech, and mind, as Buddha said. So on that note, I would like to end today's session. See you next week on Saturday, 7 a.m. with the Red Belt program. Until then, take care. Thank you.
It was spread throughout India. पूरी दुनिया में ये spread होगा. When India started to practice Sunya, जब इंडिया ने practice करना शुरू कर दिया शून्य का, but the ancient Chinese described Sunya, described India. जैसे जो Chinese थे पुराने, उन्होंने इंडिया के बारे में कुछ बताया है. Simple, वो एक साधारण देश है. Elegance, लेकिन उसमें कुछ खूबसूरती है. Most importantly, majestic. और सबसे बड़ी चीज है महान है. शाबाश इंडिया. तो ये है इंडिया. साधारण, खूबसूरत और महान. It was spread throughout India. पूरी दुनिया में ये spread होगा. When India started